Good evening, and thank you for joining us for our evening prayer worship tonight. Adam Dixon, pastor at Faith Lutheran Church, and it's a joy to have you with us as we join in this time of worship. Tonight, we gather for evening prayer, and we use liturgy from Holden Evening Prayer, recorded back during our Lenten season. But it is a liturgy that is rich with blessing and rich with opportunities to praise God and pray, crying out to God. Tonight's reading is from Exodus, where we hear this wonderful metaphor of God's provision, how God bears us up on eagle's wings. As we go through challenging days in our lives, whether from a pandemic or from protest and riot and racism, we know that God provides and protects. God bears us up on eagle's wings and will carry us all through these challenging times into the glory and the fulfillment of God's kingdom. Now I invite you to join in this wonderful time of worship. Find a bulletin on our website, join in song, and lift up your prayers as incense.
Jesus Christ, you're the light of the world, the light no darkness can overcome. Stay with us now, for it is evening, and the day is almost over. Let your light scatter the darkness, and shine within your people here. Joyous light of heavenly glory, loving glow of God's own face, you who sing creation's story, shine on every land and race. Now as evening falls around us, we shall raise our songs to you. God of daybreak, God of shadows, come and light our hearts anew. In the stars that grace the darkness, in the blazing sun of dawn, in the light of peace and wisdom, we can hear your quiet song. Love that fills the night with wonder, love that warms the weary soul, love that bursts all chains asunder, set us free and make us whole. You make of heaven's splendor every dancing star of night, make us shine with gentle justice, let us each reflect your light. Mighty God of all
We now sing together Psalm 141. It's broken up into a round. We begin by all singing together, and then group 1 is led with Jacob and Jean on the piano side, and I will lead group 2 on this side. May our prayers come before you, O God, as incense, and may your presence surround and fill us, so that in union with all creation, we might sing your praise and your love in our lives. Amen. Our reading for tonight is from the book of Exodus, chapter 19, beginning with verse 2. And we gather with the Israelites on Mount Sinai, where God gives them the assurance of God's faithfulness and provision, using a wonderful metaphor of bearing them up on eagle's wings. Beginning with verse 2. The Israelites had journeyed from Rephidim, entered the wilderness of Sinai, and camped in the wilderness. Israel camped there in front of the mountain. Then Moses went up to God. The Lord called to him from the mountain, saying, "Thus you shall say to the house of Jacob, and tell the Israelites, you have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Now therefore, if you obey my voice and keep my covenant, you shall be my treasured possession out of all the people. Indeed, the whole earth is mine. But you shall be for me a priestly kingdom and a holy nation. These are the words that you shall speak to the Israelites." So Moses came and summoned the elders of the people and set before them all these words that the Lord had commanded him. The people all answered as one, "Everything that the Lord has spoken, we will do." We now continue with our prayers. We'll hear the melody first, hum through it once, and then sing through our refrain.
God of mercy, hold us in love.
Great and merciful God, the source and ground of all goodness and life, give to your people the peace that passes all understanding and the will to live your gospel of mercy and justice through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. God, remember us in your love and teach us to pray. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever.